Testing, testing, testing. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third game on Field 7. It'll be Florida Southwestern versus Daytona State. Both teams won their first games earlier today. Florida Southwestern over at Tallahassee, and then Daytona State defeating Palm Beach State. Both teams, I believe, won by run rule. Daytona State will be the home team in this game. They are the number 16 team in the country. Daytona, I believe, is number 19 in the country. Daytona State is the number 19 team in the country. Florida Southwestern is number 4 in the country. So a battle of two top 25 teams should be an excellent game. Earlier today, when we had the first game of the day, it was Florida Southwestern versus Tallahassee. We saw both pitchers who are both 20-game winners for Florida Southwestern. Watts started with Gatton in relief. We'll see if they switch it up for the second game. As we're waiting for the field crew to get done getting the field ready, we'll go through your starting lineups first for the visiting Southwest Bucks. Shortstop, leading off second base, Marta Fuentes Suarez. Batting second, the center fielder, Kriza Belinati. Batting third, the shortstop, Michaela Werheiko. Number 99, Christian Quinn will be in right field and bat fourth. Mackenzie Vaughn will be at third base, batting fifth. Number 42, Taylor Collins in the sixth spot. She will be playing first base. Molly Rourke is your 7-hole hitter. She is the catcher. Number 11, Riley Russell is in left field. She's batting eighth. Kayla Rangiwa is a designated player, and she will be batting ninth. Your home team is Daytona State College. Leading off is number 11, Megan Woodson. She's playing second base. Batting second, Demisha Charles. She is a shortstop. Holly Jones batting third, playing third. Carly Beard will be behind the plate, batting fourth. Kendall Arcia is the right fielder. She will bat fifth. Number 4, Riley Gore is in center field. She will bat sixth. Amanda Nikhazy is the first baseman. She will bat seventh. The designated player is number 7, Alicia Tomberlin. And then batting ninth, in left field, Sammy Pullman. Very familiar with Daytona State as we played them 4 times this year. You are listening to Jay Miller, head softball coach at Lake Sumter State College. I hope you enjoy the broadcast. Your starting pitchers, starting for the Bucks of Florida Southwestern, will be Courtney Gettins. Gettins is the Florida State Softball Pitcher of the Year at 27-0. Olivia Prentice gets the ball in the circle for Daytona Beach. We'll talk about her right now as she is about to take the field. So let's talk about Prentice. She is a freshman, 16-7. This season. 2 saves. She is the number 1 for this Daytona State team. She threw 132 innings, gave up 124 hits, 46 earned runs, 47 walks, 98 strikeouts. That's just over 5 strikeouts per 7 innings pitched. She ended the season with a 2.43 ERA. Very good pitcher for Daytona. And as they finish up their warm-ups, if you're just joining us, this is Florida Southwestern versus Daytona State. Game 3 on field number 7. Florida Southwestern versus Daytona will run through the starting lineups one last time, last names only. First for the visiting Bucks, Suarez at second base, Belinati in center field, Werheiko at shortstop, Quinn in right field, Vaughn at third base, Collins at first base, Rourke is the catcher, Russell's in left field, Rangawiya is the designated player. Pitching is Courtney Gettins. And for Daytona, second baseman Woodson leading off. Then Charles at shortstop. Jones at third base. Beard is the catcher. Arcia in right field. Gore in center field. Nick Hazy at first base. Tomberlin, designated hitter. Pullman, left field. And the pitcher will be Olivia Prentice. Umpires meeting with head coaches at home plate is taking place right now, folks. We will be back for first pitch here in a moment.
FCSAA District Tournament and is hosted by the Treasure Coast Sports Commission, Indian River County, Historic Dodgertown, and Indian River State College. A special thanks to many volunteers that work hard to put on this first-class event. Now let's meet the teams. Doing battle in game number 11. First, the visitors. On the scoreboard, located third base dugout, let's meet the Buccaneers from Florida Southwestern College. Number 5, Rebecca Batson. Number 8, Mariana McKay. Number 13, Savannah Ritalik. Number 16, Raina Gorman. Number 17, Giovanna Watts. Number 21, Tori Foster. Number 22, Emily Cummings. Number 24, Alyssa Allender. And number 26, Emily Martin. Now the starters. Batting first, playing second base, sophomore number 4, Marta Fuentes Suarez. Batting second, playing center field, sophomore number 1, Kriza Bulinati. Batting third, playing shortstop, sophomore number 14, Michaela Wirahiko. Batting fourth, playing right field, freshman 99, Christian Quinn. Batting fifth, playing third base, freshman number 44, Mackenzie Vaughn. Batting sixth, playing first base, freshman 42, Taylor Collins.
Thank you.
Batting seventh and catching, sophomore number 12, Molly Rourke. Batting eighth, playing left field, freshman number 11, Riley Russell. Batting ninth, DH, sophomore number 3, Kayla Ringawa. And pitching, number 20, Courtney Gettins. The head coach of the 57-5 Buccaneers is Robert Iamori. Now the home team, located in the first base dugout. Let's meet the Falcons from Daytona State College. Number 1, Sydney Chester. Number 2, Molly Hughes. Number 5, Chloe Rosa. Number 8, Jessica Clark. Number 13, Michelle Moore. Number 21, Miranda Green. Number 23, Tina Valaquez. Number 24, Kayla Dalton. Now the starters. Batting first, second baseman, sophomore, number 11, Megan Woodson. Batting second, playing shortstop, freshman, number 6, Amisha Charles. Batting third, playing third base, sophomore, number 3, Holly Jones. Batting fourth and catching, freshman, number 14, Carly Beard. Batting fifth, playing right field, sophomore, number 16, Kendall Arcia. Batting sixth, playing center field, freshman, number 4, Riley Gore. Batting seventh, playing first base, sophomore number 12, Amanda Nikhazy. Batting eighth, DH, freshman number 7, Alicia Tomberlin. Batting ninth, left field, freshman number 15, Sammy Pullman. And pitching, number 18, Olivia Prentice. The head coach of the 35 and 16 Falcons is Sabrina Manhart. The umpires for today's game work the bases with Bernard.
All right, folks. Announcements have completed with the starting lineups over the PA system. Florida Southwestern comes into this game 58-5. Daytona State 35-16. Currently riding a 10-game win streak is Florida Southwestern. Daytona State, a 3-game win streak. I'm sure no team is upset coming into a winning streak, so we will get straight to the game. First for the visiting Bucks, who are up to bat first. It'll be Suarez. Suarez came in with 53 stolen bases on the season for the number 4 nationally ranked Florida Southwestern Bucks. She was 1 for 4 earlier this game with 2 runs scored. Reached on an error and in her last at bat. So Marta Suarez. Beautiful day for softball. It has been all day. Not a cloud in the sky. Blue skies everywhere. Wind blowing hard from right to left. It did play a factor in the last game with balls getting hit over outfielders' heads who thought they had it in their back pocket. And the first pitch of the ball game misses outside. Ball 1 to Marta Fuentes Suarez. First baseman playing in here for Daytona State. Third baseman playing in. Outfielders a little bit in. The field is 220 all the way around, and there is a swing and a miss by Suarez. So the lefty Suarez back in there against the righty Prentice. And a pitch from Prentice. Swing and a miss. Good rise ball there on the outside. Count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Florida Southwestern hitting .375 as a team. The on-base percentage of .436. And that one is a bloop single, and it's going to be a base hit. All she did was stick her bat out there. In fact, I think she was fooled on the pitch, but just kept the bat in the hitting zone for a single. So Fuentes gets it going early on.
Now at the plate, center fielder, number 1, Carissa Bullinati.
So Fuentes collects her first hit of the ball game and second on the day. And here comes Carissa Bullinati, the center fielder. Another left-handed swinger, and almost looked like a pitch out there as Suarez was caught stealing in the first game, which is a rarity for her. Bullinati was 0 for 4 in game number 1. Called strike there on the screwball outside. Bullinati did reach on a fielder's choice and scored in game number 1. Third baseman, first baseman in, shows bunt, and the pitch. She taps it again, and it's going to land foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the center fielder for the Bucks. Bullinati. Bullinati has 62 hits this year. And a pitch. Runner going, throw down, and she is safe. Shortstop did not have the ball, so Suarez credited with another stolen base. So I believe that was a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bullinati now with a runner in scoring position. Might try to soft bunt her over, and she slaps that foul off the backstop. Slapping is an entire offense within itself. You can hit the ball a long way or you can drop it just inches away. Either way, get on base. And a pitch. That one's in the dirt, block, throw down to third. Suarez going, and she is safe. Excellent job right there by Suarez. Great read with the ball in the dirt. It's a solid block by Carly Beard to keep it from going to the backstop. Excellent read by Suarez. And a pitch. And it's hard chop right through the legs of the third baseman. And the shortstop, Charles, fielded it behind her. So a base hit, or actually I'd say an E5. So runners on first and third. Tough play there for the third baseman. Ball went through her legs. Charles there to back her up. So runners on first and third here. Suarez does not score. There is nobody out. Potential for a big inning here for Florida Southwestern as the 3-hole hitter, Warehiko, steps up. And a pitch. She shows bunt, pulls it back, and then shows bunt again. Strike one. Warehiko in the first game had 2 hits. Actually, it looks, 2 hits and throw. Oh, no! First and third, and the ball skips away from the second baseman. 1 run scores. Bulinati moves over to third. First and third situation. Runner goes to second. Second baseman came over to cut it off, and it hit off her glove and went into short left field. Suarez scores easily. Bulinati over to third. Warehiko now up with nobody out and a runner on third. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Warehiko steps back into the box. Prentice turns, delivers, bunt attempt. Not a squeeze play, but a bunt attempt. It was a safety squeeze, if you will. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes now on the 3-hole hitter for the Bucks, looking to drive in the second run of the game. It is 1-0 in favor of Florida Southwestern. And the pitch misses a little bit low. And here comes the pitch from Prentice. Blocked by Beard, who is definitely getting a workout here in this first inning. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the 3-hole hitter for Florida Southwestern. Early on, stressful situation for Daytona Beach. And that shot is to right field. 1 hopper. Right fielder comes up throwing. No way she could get her out. 1 run scores, and it's a single for Warehiko. So Warehiko gets herself a single and an RBI. And here's Kristen Quinn. Quinn had an excellent first game today as she takes ball 1. Quinn this morning, 1 for 2 with a single, run scored, She had a walk, stole a base, got all the way to third, but could not score that inning. Coming in hitting .435 with 47 RBIs. Pitch misses outside. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes here. Prentice looks in, gets the sign, turns, and Quinn swing and a miss. We got a foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still nobody out here in the top of the first. Florida Southwestern doing the exact opposite of what they could not do earlier today, scoring early and often. Earlier today, Tallahassee and Florida Southwestern went into the 4th inning tied 0-0. And there's a pitch, and there's a line shot down the left field line, and it is going to be foul. Left fielder playing very shallow on that. If that would have went fair, that would have been at least a double, if not 3 bases for Quinn, depending how fast Warehiko would be at first. So Prentice throwing a lot of pitches here in the first inning, and in this heat, and they've already played 1 game, could take its toll on the pitcher. And here comes the righty, delivers, no swing, she held up going through the zone. It'll be a full count. Do believe this is the 2nd straight batter she's had a full count on. And we'll see if Warehiko's off and running from first base. And here comes the pitch. Chopper right over the head of the pitcher, and they're not going to have any time. Quinn is safe. Another base hit for Florida Southwestern. So that is 3 hits and an error in the first 4 innings, or in the first 4 batters for Florida Southwestern. And that'll bring up Mackenzie Vaughn, the 3rd baseman, number 44. She's the 5th batter to come up. 2 runs have plated, and it's a bunt. First base, or pitcher fields it, throws over to first. There's an out. So sacrifice by Mackenzie Vaughn puts runners at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Quinn moves over to 2nd, Warehiko over to 3rd. 2 runs have already come across this inning. Florida Southwestern leads 2-0, top of the first, with 1 out over Daytona State. Here is Taylor Collins for the Bucks. Collins was 1 for 3 in the first game with a single bunt, and it's a squeeze play, and they're going to call it a foul ball. No, they're going to say it hit her outside the box, and she is out. And head coach coming to talk to the home plate umpire about it, because they're saying it touched her out of the box, which she would be out. And Ian Murray is not happy about it, but the call is out. So that is out number 2, and here comes Molly Rourke, the catcher. Rourke earlier today, 1 for 3, reached on an error as well as a single to right field. And Prentice with the pitch, called strike on the outside corner. 2-0 so far here in the top half of the first inning. If Daytona can strand these 2 runners out here, you got to say that's a good inning the way it was looking. Swing and a miss by Rourke. She's now down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. We'll see if Prentice wastes any time going right after the Florida Southwestern catcher here with runners in 2nd and 3rd. That pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rourke, 1 hit shy of 60 on the season. Swing and a miss on the rise ball. And if you're Daytona State, you've got to be a little bit happy that you only gave up 2 runs that inning. 2-0 is the score as Suarez and Bellinati score in the top half of the first. Daytona coming up in the bottom half. All right, and Daytona comes to the plate for the first time in this ballgame, trailing 2-0 after Florida Southwestern puts up 2 runs in the top half of the first. It'll be Megan Woodson stepping to the plate, starting second baseman for Daytona. Pitch number 1, taken low and outside, ball 1. I'll tell you a little bit about Megan Woodson. She ended the season with 69 hits, including 10 doubles, 6 triples, and she hit .416. Leading hitter for Daytona. She takes strike 1. The left-handed slapper taking on Courtney Gettins, right-hander, Florida State Pitcher of the Year, undefeated. Called strike 2. Believe she ended the season, let me pull it up here, folks, 28-0. 28-0. And that pitch misses inside and low. It will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. She picked up her 4th save of the year in the first game of the day. 3-inning save. And a pitch. And that's shot down the left field line, out of play. Gettins on the rubber now. Looking in, gets her sign, and she comes to the plate. And that ball is taken. Ball 3, full count. Gettins was a little off her mark, if you will, in the first game. Normally pounding the strike zone over and over again. She walked 2 or 3 batters in this first appearance of the day. Getting the start here in game 2, and that's a slap. It's going to land right in the glove of the shortstop as she makes an excellent play, almost in foul territory down the third baseline. Excellent play by Warehiko there to rob Woodson of a base hit. Here comes Demisha Charles. Demisha Charles hitting .359 this year. Has only struck out 8 times. Curveball misses outside, ball 1. She has 30 RBIs for Daytona. And here's the pitch. Called strike 1 on the outside corner of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind still blowing from right to left. Not as vicious as it was this morning, but still consistently right to left. Will wreak havoc on any balls hit out into the air in the outfield. And that's a line drive. Center field coming on. Catches it on the run for out number 2. Here is Holly Jones, all-conference selection. Holly Jones, the third baseman. Holly Jones here hitting .340. Takes called strike 1. And a pitch. That's a chopper out in front, and it's going to bounce foul. So Jones will go down in the count 0-2. Gettins already looks better than she did in her appearance earlier today. Of course, when you're typically a starter and then you're asked to relieve, it's a different mindset. You're out of your comfort zone, if you will. And there's a pitch. Good curveball, but misses a little bit outside. Ball 1. Solid 0-2 pitch right there. A lot of movement on it. And here comes the pitch from Gettins, and it's a ground ball. First baseman fields it, flips it over to the second baseman for out number 3. So Daytona goes down in order. And Gettins has a solid first inning of work, and Florida Southwestern will come back out for inning number 2 as they hold a 2-0 lead. And we'll get started here with the top of inning number 2. 2-0 lead here Florida Southwestern jumping out in front. Both Suarez and Bulanati scored in the first inning, and that brings Riley Russell to the plate. Russell takes strike one. Russell in the first game, 2 for 2, 2 singles, and she walked, scoring once, also collecting a stolen base. And a pitch. Shows bunt, pulls it back, called strike 2. And here's the pitch. Slicing foul down the left field line as Riley Russell was reaching out for that one. Looking in, getting the sign is Prentice. Delivers, misses high and inside. And I'll bring up 1 and 2. Prentice back on the rubber now, looking in. Riley showing a bunt, pulls back, takes, pitch in the dirt. Ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to the 8-hole hitter, Riley Russell. On deck will be Kayla Rangawia. And then back to the top of the order after that. And a push slap, if you will, down the left field line, foul and out of play. Sun beginning to go down here. Shadows beginning to appear on the fields. Wind still gusting a little bit. Pitch from Prentice, and it's a chopper. Second baseman fields it. Handcuffed a little bit. Still has time to make the throw. Out number 1. And that'll bring up Kayla Rangiwa. Here is Kayla Rangiwa. Designated player here. Batting 9th, top of the lineup on deck. Takes strike 1 right down the middle. The DP in the first game was 2 for 2, scored once, had a sacrifice bunt. So a solid day at the plate right now for the Bucks DP. She bunts again. Could not make contact. Strike 2. So Prentice 0-2 now on the 9-hole hitter. Steps back on the rubber. Looks in, gets her sign, and delivers. And that ball was right in on the hands of Ringawa. She fouled it back to the backstop. And here's the pitch, and that swung on, missed on a rise ball. Strikeout number 2 for Prentice, and we head back to the top of the lineup. Marta Fuentes Suarez got things going in the first inning with a single. She stole second, went to third, and eventually came home. She was the first run of the ball game. Her single was right up the middle. She just stuck her bat out there and just kind of flipped it out into the outfield. And there's another little blooper over to shortstop, and Charles makes the play, running towards the line, making the catch. So, much better inning for Prentice and the Daytona defense as they go out and put down the Bucks in order 1, 2, 3. That'll bring up 4, 5, and 6 for Daytona State as they went down in order in the bottom of the first when we come back.
Daytona State, freshman number 14, Carly Beard.
And the first pitch of Carly Beard's at bat is a strike taken. Hitting just outside, Carly Beard, the catcher for Daytona. All-conference selection for the Mid-Florida Conference. And a pitch. Swings. Dribbler to shortstop, makes a throw across the diamond, and out number one is in the books. Beard looks like she got jammed on that one. Couldn't get her hands around on it soon enough, and she is out number one. That'll bring up Kendall Arcia. Arcia, 364 hitter in the regular season for Daytona. She takes outside, ball one. Arcia, solid right fielder. Thoroughly enjoys throwing people out from that position at first base. So watch for that later on in this game. And a pitch. Misses high and inside. 2-0. So Arcia in front of the pitcher Gettens. And there is ball three. So Gettens falling behind her first batter of the ball game, 3-0. Arcia most likely not allowed to swing the bat here. Looking for the walk to get a runner on. And there is strike one down the center of the plate from Gettens. So Carly Beard leads off the inning with a ground out to shortstop, and Arcia up now. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike. And here comes the pitch, and it was inside. Looked like a really good rise ball right in on the hands of Arcia, fouled back to the backstop. And now the pitch, and that is lifted foul off the backstop. So now Arcia got a full count, I believe. And that one is popped out of play. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and we're going to do it again. Gettens checking the count here. Gets her sign from the dugout. Leans in, and the pitch. And it is ball 4. Good at bat by Arcia, getting on base. And that'll bring up Riley Gore. And a pitch. Pitch misses low. So 1 out. Arcia is standing on first base after the walk issued by Gettins. Gore is up now. Riley Gore, a .338 hitter with 38 RBIs. He does have 3 home runs this year. 17 walks. She takes strike number 1. She has struck out a team leading 26 times this year. She does like to swing the bat. Arcia over there on first base has 1 stolen base on the year, so don't look for her to take off. That rise ball misses high. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to the 6th hole hitter in the Daytona lineup, Riley Gore. Gore has some wheels. She does play center field, and she sends that one back to the backstop for strike 2. Evening the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Gettins back in the circle, delivers a pitch, and it is taken. Strike 3 looking. And Gore was not happy about that one as she stood for a little bit. It looked good from here, folks. And here's Amanda Nikhazy, a sophomore first baseman with a runner on first. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Left-handed swinger steps back in, and a pitch misses outside. Oh, and he calls it a strike just as I tell you it was outside. No balls, 2 strikes here to Nikhazy. Arcia still on first base after the walk issued to her. And a pitch. And that ball is hit to the right side, and it's going to stay in fair territory. Caught by the second baseman. So Nikhazy with the fly ball out on the right side, caught by the second baseman. So Arcia is stranded at second base as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. It will be Bolinati, Warehiko, and Quinn due up for Florida Southwestern.
Leading off for the Buccaneers in the top of 3, number 1, sophomore Kriza Bolinati.
Scores in other games, folks. Central Florida leads Chipola 1-0, I believe, in the 3rd inning. Battle of top 10 teams on that field. right here. We have a good one, number 19 versus number 4. And here comes Kriza Bolanati, center fielder. Reached on an error by the third baseman in her last at bat. That pitch misses low and outside. Prentice beginning her third inning of work. 2 runs came across in the top of the first in the form of Suarez and Bolanati, giving Florida Southwestern a 2-run lead. It could have been a lot worse as that pitch sneaks in there for strike 1. 2 runners were still stranded at the end of the inning for Florida Southwestern, so Daytona Beach, or Daytona State, coming out on the good end of what could have been a big inning. And there's a little poke to the third baseman. She's got to hurry. Throw is not in time. And Bolanati is safe with a single. And here is Michaela Warahiko. Warahiko in her first at bat, singled in Suarez. And she shows bunt. Oh, almost a wild pitch there from Prentice. Great job by Carly Beard jumping out from behind the plate. Almost couldn't get to that one. She had to leap for it. And if you've ever caught in baseball or softball, you know that's not easy to go from a squat to jump position right away. And here's the pitch. And that one's chopped to the shortstop. And Charles, with a tough play, went to stab at it, knocked the ball forward out of her glove. Warahiko will be on first. Not sure if they... And it is an error on Demisha Charles. That'll move Bolanati up to second. So runners on first and second. Florida Southwest threatening here in the top of the third. Bunt attempt by Quinn. Misses. Strike 1. So Florida Southwestern looking to get some breathing room in this game right here. Top of the third inning. Prentice trying to keep her team only down by 2 when they come to hit in the bottom half. Christian Quinn single up the middle on her first at bat. And there's a steal at third base. And diving for the ball was Demisha Charles. She was not going to get the tag on with the runner beating her to third. Charles gets up slow and give both Warahiko and Bolanati stolen bases. So the double steal attempt there pays off. Quinn now up with runners in scoring position. 1-1 count. And ball as the pitch misses low and outside. Quinn a big chance here. Prentice looking in. Infielders in for Daytona. And here comes the pitch. High and outside. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. And if you walk Quinn here, Mackenzie Vaughn is waiting on deck. She's had a pretty solid day today. Seeing the ball very well. And a pitch. And that one is laced into right center field. That is going to score 2 runs. Quinn going around second. She's most likely going to end up on third. And there she goes. Stand-up triple for Quinn. And all of a sudden, Florida Southwestern has a 4-0 lead. So triple for Kristen Quinn. Give her 2 RBIs on that one, and she's had herself one heck of a day. And that'll bring up Mackenzie Vaughn as Daytona is talking defensive strategy here, getting their pitcher a little bit of a break. Mackenzie Vaughn, a sack bunt in her first at-bat. She was 2 for 2 in the first game with a double and a single. Her double was a shot that went to the wall in left field. So 4-0 here. Still no one out in the top of the third. Daytona's pitcher delivers, and that is a shot to right center field. And center fielder dives, cannot make the play. Quinn will score, and it's a single for Vaughn and an RBI.
Takes a swing, fouls it to third.
Solid effort there by Riley Gore. She just could not come up with it. So Quinn scores, and it is 5-0. Nobody out still. Princess looks in, delivers. Ball one. Now batting is Taylor Collins, who had the oddball at bat in the first inning. Not sure if her bat double hit the ball or if she touched the ball after she bunted it, but the umpire called her out on the spot. She bunts again, this one back to the pitcher. Pitcher goes to first and give her the sacrifice bunt. So one out, Mackenzie Vaughn moves up to second base. Vaughn, who just drove in Quinn for the 5th run of the game. And it is now Molly Rourke in the batter's box. Rourke ended the first inning on a strikeout swinging. And a pitch in there called a ball. Wow. So one away here. Top half of the third inning. Florida Southwestern got the bats going this game. Struggled a little bit against Tallahassee until the end. And there's a pop-up to center field. Center fielder coming on, making the play for out number 2. Good job by Riley Gore out there in center field. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Riley Russell. Russell grounded out to the second baseman to lead off the second inning. She's up now for the second time in this ball game. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Umpire calls the ball. Prentice back in the circle, has thrown a lot of pitches these first 3 innings, and that pitch misses low. 2-0 now to the 8-hole hitter for Florida Southwestern. This is the one you want to go after because you do not want the designated player, the 9-hole hitter, to come up and her make the last out, and then all of a sudden you got the top of the lineup coming up the next inning. You want to get this one out so you can face 9-1-2. So far, the count is 3 balls, no strikes. And a pitch. Taken, called, strike 1. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and the pitch. And swung on and missed. We've got a full count now. Mackenzie Vaughn still out at second base after an RBI single. And a pitch. That one's tapped foul to the left side. And retrieving the ball. Now we're back at it. Prentice gets it back. Catching her breath. Gets her sign and delivers. That ball is fouled back. We'll go full count again. Vaughn moved to second base on a sacrifice by Taylor Collins, followed by a fly out by Molly Rourke for out number 2. So Vaughn, still sitting out at second base, can score easily from second on a single. And there is ball 4 issued to Russell. So runners on first and second. 2 down. I'll bring up Kayla. It's Rangaoa. And here's the pitch. She sends that one right over the second baseman's glove. Fielded by the right fielder. They're going to send her home. Play at the plate. Here it comes. And she is safe. And I don't think Carly Beard knew the runner was right behind her when she caught the ball. And now Russell goes over to third base, and Vaughn scores from second. And we will have a pitching change here. It will be number 13 coming into the game for Prentice, Michelle Moore. And we'll tell you about the new pitcher right now. Michelle Moore, number 13. She is a freshman, 37 appearances, 16-6 on the year, 122 innings pitched, 120 hits. She's given up 50 walks and 70 strikeouts. That's about 4 strikeouts on the dot per 7 innings pitched. She has a 2.75 ERA. Central Florida still leading 1-0 in the middle of their ball game with Chipola. I believe it is the 4th inning now. And over here it is Florida Southwestern up 6-0 over Daytona. And that'll bring up the 9th hitter in the inning, Marta Fuentes Suarez. Suarez has had plate appearances in each of the first 3 innings so far. With 2 down, runners on first and third.
So here we have Kyra Brown.
So here is Marta Fuentes, the second baseman for the Bucs. She is 1 for 2 this game in her first 2 innings. She tries to lay down a bunt and a throw to the shortstop. First and third situation. Runner moves up to second base. Third baseman, or runner on third, scampers back home. So that is Rangiowa over to second. And 1 ball, no strikes now to Suarez, who's trying to put this game into run rule territory. And there's a chopper bouncer back to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. It is 6-0. 2 more runs would put Daytona in run rule territory, but we would have to play to the 5th. And a pitch. Rise ball misses up. 2-1. Michelle Moore, the new pitcher. Prentice exits. And her runners are still on second and third. And that pitch, not sure where that one missed, but it is called a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. We've got a pretty good view of the strike zone, folks, and that one looked pretty good. And that is ball 4 issued to Suarez. That will load the bases. And here comes Kriza Bolinati, the center fielder. And it looks like we might have a little bit of a change. See who's coming off the field here. And that looks like it might be number 27 hitting. Or 21. It is number 21, Tori Foster. Tori Foster coming in now. She is going to hit for Kriza Bolinati. Score is 6-0. And a pitch called strike on the outside corner. Florida Southwestern has hit around in this inning. This is the 10th batter of the inning. And she sends that one down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble, and it will be foul ball. That could have cleared the bases, folks. That would have been the major disaster to Daytona. So no balls, 2 strikes. Here to Tori Foster, the pinch hitter. And she takes high, ball 1. Bucks on every base here, and that is taken outside, ball 2, a little bit low. So good at bat here by Tori Foster, who started out 0-2, has worked the count back to 2-2. And the pitch, and that is swung on, missed, strikeout, leaving the bases loaded for the Pirates. Score is 6-0. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, Daytona looking to get going on offense, having only 1 base runner reached so far. That was Kendall Arcia on a walk in the 2nd inning. It'll be Tomberlin, Pullman, and Woodson when we come back. Here is Alicia Tomberlin leading it off for Daytona here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So Tomberlin, .269 hitter in the regular season, takes high, ball 1. Again, second pitch misses high and outside to Tomberlin. Gettins, who usually is in a groove by now, coming out and throwing 2 balls to the leadoff batter. Not like the typical pitcher we've been seeing. And swing and a miss. Big cut there by Tomberlin. Still ahead in the count, though. 2 balls, 1 strike. Daytona still hitless here as we enter into the bottom half of the 3rd inning. And the pitch, that's tabbed, and they are hitless no more as a single to right field by Tomberlin. Leadoff batter getting them going here in this bottom of the 3rd. Solid line drive hit there by the designated player, and that'll bring up Sammy Pullman. Pullman, the left fielder, hitting .350 this year, 10 stolen bases, has struck out a team-tying lead 26 times. And the left-handed hitter takes strike 1. Pullman's got 5 home runs on the year, 19 RBIs. Outside, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind has now began to blow almost from right center, almost to center in on our field, the way we are constructed here on field number 7. And here's the pitch. Outside strike called by the umpire. Tomberlin over there on first base only has 1 stolen base this season, so don't look for her to run. And Pullman back in the box, awaits the pitch. Tapper, shortstop's got to come through it, and she is not in time. Base hit for Sammy Pullman. Not sure if the shortstop, Where-Hiko, read that ball correctly off the bench, or off the bat, I should say, not the bench, but off the bat, as she waited a little bit to read it. Infield single either way, Sammy Pullman. Now the top of the lineup, and Megan Woodson, she takes called strike 1. This is the 3rd game we've done today, folks. And we've still got 1 more game to go after this. And Woodson calls time as a rogue ball from another field comes on to field 7. 6-0 ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 in the first by Florida Southwestern, and then 4 in the 3rd. And there's another bunt single, and that one's going to keep rolling on into center field. They're going to plate 1 run, and it is now 1st and 3rd. The bunt coverage for Florida Southwestern had the second baseman covering first, the shortstop covering 3rd, and no one up the middle. So when Woodson tapped it past the pitcher, it rolled on into center field. So great execution there by Megan Woodson, who gets an RBI as well. And Daytona is on the board. Tomberlin comes across the plate. And Pullman now on 3rd. And Aya Murray comes out. He wants to talk to his defense. He's not happy about some stuff, and making sure everyone's on the same page here as we have ourselves a 1st and 3rd situation. Demisha Charles is the hitter now, the shortstop. She flew out to center field in her first at bat. So 6-1. Still nobody out. Could be a big inning for Daytona State. They need one here to get back into this game. 6-1. You're facing the number 1 pitcher in the state of Florida. Another bunt, pulled back, throw down to second, and she is out, but they do score the run. So Megan Woodson caught stealing, but it does plate Sammy Pullman. And here is Demisha Charles now with no one on. Score is 6-2. So a 4-run ball game now as Charles trying to get it going just with one out in the inning. Charles a 2-hole hitter, so still a big possible inning here with 2, 3, 4 due up and one out. Charles a chopper, third baseman can't field it. Shortstop's got to get it over there quick, and she does. Out is the call. So here is Holly Jones stepping in now. She grounded out to the first baseman to end the first inning. Gettins delivers. Pitch misses outside.
6-1, 6-2, 6-2. Who's winning? The Buccaneers, Florida Southwest.
And the pitch. And that is missed inside and low. 2 balls, no strikes now to Holly Jones. Jones, 340 hitter, hitting 3 spot, has no home runs but 23 RBIs. And she sends that one in the short center field, left center, and people are diving for it, and no one can come up with it. Falls in between the triangle of center field, left field, and shortstop. Almost catastrophic injury there, as it looked like 2 individuals, the center fielder and the left fielder, were about diving for the same ball at the same position. But it is a single for Holly Jones. That's what happens when you play on these big fields. So Holly Jones gets herself first hit of the ball game, and that'll bring up Carly Beard, who grounded out to the shortstop back in the second inning. And the pitch from Gettins misses inside, ball 1. And here comes the pitch. And that one misses again inside. So Gettins still with a 4-run lead, runner on first base, and the pitch, it is taken down the middle for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Carly Beard. Carly Beard is an all-conference catcher, hitting .341. She had a .434 on-base percentage. And there is a strike 2 called by the umpire. 2-2 count now. With 2 outs, 2's across the board. We'll see Holly Jones. She's got only 5 stolen bases on the year, and that one is popped up out of play. And here's the pitch. And that one is in the dirt. Good block there by Molly Rourke, keeping Holly Jones on first base. Full count now. Jones will be running on the pitch. Play will be at first base. And here's the pitch. And it is taken, strike 3. But the damage is done. Daytona Beach has got themselves on the board with runs by Tomberlin and Pullman. We head into the top of the 4th inning. 6-2 lead in favor of Florida Southwestern.
Buccaneers in the top of 4, sophomore shortstop Michaela Guarajito. She takes the ball instead.
And an update in the Central Florida Chipola game. 1-0, top of the 5th inning in favor of Central Florida. 2 top 10 teams going at it in a 1-0 ball game. And now back to our game. It'll be Michaela Werahiko leading off. She's reached base both times at the plate. Once by a single up the middle and a single to right field, another by an error on the shortstop, Charles. First pitch in there for ball 1. She got an RBI back in the first inning and then scored in the third. 2-0 count. Two balls, no strikes. Moore, who is in relief currently of Prentice, and she drills Werahiko in the back. So Werahiko heads down to first after getting smoked in the back right there. Never a good feeling. And here's Kristen Quinn. Quinn, a big day so far, has a triple and 2 RBIs back in the third inning. Later scored. She also has a single up the middle back in the first. Called strike there. No balls, 1 strike here to Quinn. We are in the top of the 4th inning. 6-2. Stealing attempt and safe is Werahiko. It was a ball, I believe, so I think it's a 1-1 count. We'll get a confirmation from the umpire here. Correct. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Quinn. Runner on second, nobody out. Moore here in the circle. And a pitch. And it's a chopper. The shortstop, Charles, was not there to field the ball. Held the runner up at third. Center fielder fielded it, gets it back in. First and third, nobody out. Another single for Kristen Quinn. They just cannot seem to get Quinn out. And Werahiko goes to third. So for Quinn, that is her 4th base hit today. 1 in the first game and 3 so far this game. And a pitch. And that pitch misses inside. Quinn going nowhere with the first and third situation on. Ball 1 here to Mackenzie Vaughn. Vaughn is 1 for 1 with a single and an RBI. She also scored a run in the third inning. And the pitch. She puts down a bunt. Pitcher fields it. Can't go home. Second baseman taking her time to get over there. Does get over there in time. So the safety squeeze works to perfection. Werahiko scores. Mackenzie Vaughn giving a sacrifice on that one. Second baseman fielded that. Quinn goes to second. So runner on 2. It is 7-2. The score. 1 out. And a pitch. And that's a chopper to third base. It's going to be a foul ball. Taylor Collins is the hitter. She sacrificed back in the third to put several runners in scoring position, which all came around to score. Collins also was called out on an infraction in the first inning. And that's a laser. Second baseman got it. Goes to second. Double play. Line drive to the second baseman, and the throw to the shortstop covering second is the double play. And here we go, folks, into the bottom of the fourth. Score is 7-2. We'll be back. And here is Kendall Arcia. She walked back in the second inning. She was the first runner to reach base for Daytona. And here's the pitch. She takes, called strike one. And the pitch. Misses outside. Nasty curve right there from Gettens. A lot of movement on that one. And here's the pitch, and it is sent to the second baseman. Nice sliding backhand throw, and it's in time. Out number one. Here is Riley Gore, the center fielder, after that nice play by Marta Fuentes Suarez. Backhand on the slide. And here's the pitch. Ball misses high and outside. And that is sent back and fouled out of play. So no balls. No, 1-1 is the count. And the pitch from Gettens swung on and missed. Strike two. And here's the pitch. Misses high and outside. Looked to be a curve. Can't hit the spot that she wanted. And it looks like we are 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gettens delivers. And that ball is sent to deep left field. Left fielder going back, retreating against the wall. Off the top of the wall. She can't field it. And it is on to second base for Riley Gore. That ball was crushed by Gore. And left fielder had a little bit of trouble for it, but it was a double either way. Had no effect on the outcome of the play whatsoever. So she is at second with a stand-up double. And here is Amanda Nikhazy. Runner on second here. Here comes Nikhazy. She flew out to the second baseman in her first appearance. And she takes called. Strike one. The left-handed hitting Nikhazy here, trying to score Gore from second. Cut the lead to 7-3. 7-2 right now. Getton's looking into her dugout, questioning. She can't hear the call. And here is the pitch. Swung on, and it's popped up to the second baseman. The same result as her first at bat. Nikhazy flies out to Suarez.
So as the play was already determined, ruling on the field stands as the base runner will stay at first base.
Horses on first base with the ball four walk. Brings up freshman left fielder Jordan Jenkins.
So now that brings
Here comes Alicia Tomberlin. And here's the pitch. Strike one. Tomberlin, the DP here in this lineup, batting eighth. And the pitch. She sends one out to left field. It is a foul ball. So the count is no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Daytona trying to score a run here. And that is another towering foul ball down the left field line. And the pitch. And that is sent down the left field line. It is going to be foul. That one was a shot. Seems that Tomberlin has been at no balls, 2 strikes for about 6 pitches now. She did single to right field in her last at bat. I believe it was with an 0-2 count. And that ball misses low and outside, 1-2. Tomberlin, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind picking up here as the afternoon is setting in. The shadows are getting longer. And she sticks her bat out there. That one's going to stay in play. First baseman coming on and makes the play. Oh, and then trips on the bat. Oh, my goodness. That could have been bad. She's okay. She's running off the field. That is Taylor Collins. Whew. That could have been very bad. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 7-2 as we enter the 5th inning. All right, and it'll be the bottom 3 for Florida Southwestern here in the 5th. Rourke, Russell, and Ringjiwa. So Rourke here, 0 for 2. Struck out to end the first inning and then flew out to center field in the third. And the pitch misses low, ball 1. Moore took over. Michelle Moore, number 13 for Daytona, took over for the starter, Prentice, way back in the third inning. Seems like forever ago, but we are only in the fifth. That one misses inside. 7-2 is the score, and the breakdown is as follows. Florida Southwestern jumped on to Daytona with 2 runs in the first, and Daytona actually lucked out and got out of that inning, leaving 2 stranded. Southwestern scored 4 again in the third as Rourke hits a chopper past the first baseman. Right fielder comes up throwing, not in time. Rourke's got herself a leadoff single. So, continuing on, 2 in the first, 4 in the third, and then 1 in the fourth for Florida Southwestern's got them their 7 runs. Daytona coming together to scrap 2 runs across the board in the bottom of the third, bringing us to 7-2. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner here. Is that number 4 maybe? Can't tell. 9? We'll see what the umpire says. And it will be number 5, Rebecca Batson. So Rebecca Batson's going to be in to run here for Rourke. And it'll be Riley Russell up. She's grounded at the second base and walked. She got stranded at third base back in the third inning. Russell, the left-handed hitter, facing Michelle Moore here for the first time today. Shows bunt. Ball 1. Moore delivers. Runner not going. Ball 2. Michelle Moore missing outside 2 times in a row. And Moore, the right-hander, digs in, delivers, and that's a chopper to the left side, foul ball. So 2 balls, 1 strike to the left fielder for the Bucks. And here comes the pitch. Missing outside, and a great job by Carly Beard behind the plate getting to that one. It was not where it was supposed to be, but she has done a great job behind the plate today for Daytona. Especially after a long day, probably the second game she's caught. And it is not cool outside. And there's the pitch, misses. Throw down, and it gets away from the shortstop. Ball in the short left field. No time on the throw, and she is safe. Now it was ball 4. So it was ball 4 on Russell. She walks. And it was Batson who is now on third after the throw got away from Demisha Charles. So first and third with nobody out, and that'll bring up Rangiwa. I know I'm not saying that right, and I am very sorry. She puts down a bunt, and it's going to hit her in the box. She's safe. I don't mean she's safe. She's just not out. It's been a long day, folks. This is game number 3. Bear with me. So the designated player for the Bucks is 1 for 2 with a strikeout. She also has an RBI single to right field. If these 2 runs come across, it could be run rule area, and it's a single up the middle, and it's booted by the center fielder, and they're going to hold the runner at third. So a single from Kayla brings in a run. She is on first. Riley Russell moves to third. Rourke, who's pinch ran for by Batson, scores. So it is 8-2. So here it is. Here's the top of the lineup. Bunt. Third baseman fields it. Over to second baseman. She is out. No one scores. So Suarez tries to get another bunt single down. Can't do it. It becomes a sack. So 2 down now. The runner at second actually represents the run rule run. It is 8-2. It needs to be 10-2 to enter run rule territory. And it is a 2-hole hitter, Kriza Bulanati. She and that pitch misses outside. So on second base is Rangioa. Third base is Russell. 2 down. Bolanati trying to come up big here for her team. And that one misses high. And the importance of the run rule is this. When you have the best pitcher in the state of Florida, you want to save every pitch you can. So Florida Southwestern desperately playing for the run rule right here against Daytona. And here's the pitch. And that's again taken up high for ball 3. Count is 3 balls. 1 strike. Three balls, 1 strike now on the batter. Way ahead here. And she chops that one foul, and we will go full count. So the runners on second and third, no one's going to be forcing the runners to go anywhere. But they do have, not sure how fast Kayla Rangioa is out there at second base. But I'm sure she can score on a single to the outfield. And a pitch. It's a chopper over to third baseman. And it's going to be 1 run scored on the single. So Bolanati gets herself a single. Her second hit of the game. Riley Russell scores. And Rangioa stays at second base. And here comes number 14, Michaela Warahiko. She has reached every time she's been up this game. In the first inning, it was a single RBI to the right side. Then she reached on an error by the shortstop, then was hit by a pitch. She has 2 stolen bases and has scored twice. And Michelle Moore now with the run rule at second base gets called strike on Warehiko. Now, Daytona is the home team. They will have an opportunity to bat, but they will have to score at least one run to keep the game going. It is 9-2. And a pitch. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Pitch misses low, 1-1. Moore toes the rubber. Warehiko back in the box. And the pitch. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Throw down to third, and it's going to scoot away. And they're going to send Kayla home, and she is there. And Bulanati goes all the way to third on the play. So that is the run rule run that they needed so desperately. And here comes Coach Manhart to talk to her team out in the circle. It is 10-2. And we'll be back momentarily. All right, so we're back here with a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Michaela Warehiko. Warehiko still has an RBI situation here with Bulanati on third. And Michelle Moore here. Trying to get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Misses inside. Count moves to 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Bunt attempt, pulled back, and they are going to call it a strike. Full count now on Warehiko. And a pitch. Swung on, hit up the middle, diving second baseman can't get it, and that ball will roll on into center field. Another hit, another run. Warehiko continues her offensive onslaught here in the second game, reaching base for the 4th consecutive time. And that'll bring up Kristen Quinn. Still a 1-0 ball game here for Central Florida and Chipola heading into the 7th inning. Central Florida leading 1-0. And 1 ball, no strikes now on Quinn. Quinn, who, like Warehiko, has reached every time she's been on base. She has 2 singles, a triple, and 2 RBIs. Pitch misses outside, ball 2. Michelle Moore looks like she might be losing gas out there. Trying just to get this last out, get her team back into the dugout. And there is strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Kristen Quinn. She's got 2 RBIs. That triple was a big shot back in the 3rd inning. Got the inning going. Got a lot of runs in, and there is called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And that ball is sent out of play. So Quinn will stay even at 2-2. There is only one out in the inning. Runner down there at first base in the form of Michaela Werehiko. And changeup beats the third baseman down the line. Runners on first and second. So Quinn gets another one.
Next to the plate, number 44, freshman Mackenzie Vaughn.
And here comes Mackenzie Vaughn. Vaughn has 2 sacrifices and an RBI single. And Michelle Moore is still going to stay in the game, but it looks like Florida Southwestern has a change coming up. We'll let you know when we come back. And it will be number 16 coming in to hit, Raina Gorman. #26, Emily Martin.
Number 26, Emily Martin, now batting for the Buccaneers.
And it'll be Emily Martin coming in off the bench to hit. Martin comes up with runners on first and second and only one out. She takes called strike one. And the pitch takes inside. It'll be counted ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Just 1 out in the top of the 5th. Florida Southwestern putting up their second 4-run inning of the game. It is 11-2 in favor of the Bucks over Daytona. And that pitch misses inside and low, and Michelle Moore is running on fumes, trying to get these last 2 outs. And it looks like she might have gone around there. Are we going to check that? Let's see. And he says no, does the field umpire. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. And that is called strike 2. So now we've got a full count. Runners on first and second. Only 1 out, so no one's going to be running them off the bags. And here comes the payoff pitch, and it is sent down the right field line, out of play. So back now for another payoff pitch to Martin. Moore steps in, and here's the pitch. Chopper down the third base side, foul ball. So Moore looking in now. She's going to go with a payoff pitch for the 3rd time. And that one is fouled straight back. So Emily Martin taking her hacks here, coming off the bench. She will not go quietly. Full count here to the pinch hitter for the 4th time. And that pitch misses low, and Emily Martin works herself a walk. We've got ourselves bases loaded, and another pitching change for Daytona. It will be number 23 taking over, Tina Velasquez, when we come back.
State College. Number 23, Tina Velasquez.
Meantime, she'll take strike one from O'Connell. Gets back in the box. Comes O'Connell, lines up, delivers it. Hard hit ground ball to short. Which was an error made. Gasparado will get the first, made by an error. Looked like a freebie given. Gasparado reaches on here.
All right, folks, and we've got what looks like another pinch hitter here for Taylor Collins. Will be number 22, Emily Cummings. Just a little update on the other game while we're still waiting. Chipola, trailing 1-0, has their leadoff runner on first in the bottom of the 7th with nobody out due to an error by the shortstop of Central Florida. So base is loaded, 1 out, and it is Tina Velasquez. And the pitch from Velasquez is in there for a called strike one. That's what you want to see out of your reliever, especially in a situation like this. She's just coming in, get some work in. It is 11-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Still only 1 out. Daytona trying to get out of this inning. And that pitch is missed low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch from Velasquez is a changeup. Called strike. Looked like it might have been a little bit high, but the umpire says, nope, it's good. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Emily Cummings here, the pinch hitter. She sends one into center field. Center fielder comes in. Second baseman left early. And then she gets back in time. It'll score another run. Sacrifice fly for the pinch hitter. Runner on second was taking off on the hit. Retreated back. So give Cummings an RBI. And here is number 5. And here is number 5. Rebecca Batson. And there's a ground ball to the pitcher. She throws the first, and that'll end the inning. And so the work is cut out for Daytona Beach as they need to score, I believe, at least 4 runs. We'll be back in a moment. And it'll be leading off for Daytona, Sammy Pullman, the left fielder, who's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Pitcher misses outside. Ball 1. And Getton's looking for another complete game victory. This will be her first one of the day as she picked up a save in game number 1. And a pitch. And that one's fouled back. Pullman evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Getton's back in the circle now. Toes the rubber, looks in, gets a sign, and delivers. Swing and a miss. Pullman, they're saying she fouled it off, but still into the mitt of Rourke. And the pitch. Misses just outside. Borderline right there, right on the edge. Call a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 12-2 is the score we have right now. So it is 4 runs that Daytona has to score here. Full count now on Pullman. And a pitch. That one's chopped to the first baseman who boots it, and she's not going to get back to the bag in time. E5, or E3, I'm sorry. And so Sammy Pullman reaches on an E3. And if you don't hear it yet, in the background, Central Florida defeats Chipola 1-0. 1-0. 2 top 10 teams, and the game played up to the hype. And here's the pitch from Gettins. And strike 1 called on the leadoff hitter, Megan Woodson. Woodson now steps in. She is 1 for 2. She has a single and an RBI. And the pitch. That ball is lifted into right field. Quinn coming in, makes the catch for out number 1. I'll tell you what, Kristen Quinn has had a great day at the plate and in the outfield. That ball was right on the line. And that'll bring up Demisha Charles. 0 for 2. And that pitch misses outside. Ball 1 to Charles. Gettins delivers a line drive out to the second baseman. And they're down to the final out, and it's going to be Haley Jones has the task to keep it going. Holly Jones is 1 for 2. She grounded out to the first baseman and had a single into left field. That single came back in the 3rd inning off of Gettins. And a pitch. And called strike right there. Pullman reached on an error by the first baseman. She still stands on first. And Gettins looks in, gets her sign, delivers. Nope. That is a ball. Whew. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And that one is fouled out of play. It'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Holly Jones. And here's the pitch from the righty. That ball is up in the air. First baseman calling it, makes the play, and that is the ball game. That is the ball game, folks. Florida Southwestern takes this one 12-2. Gettins gets another win, making it 29 on the year, 1 win away from 30 on the season. Next game coming up shortly, folks. This is field number 7.
Florida Southwest Buccaneers 12.